We have some brand new Spider-Man brand new day news, and we need to go right into it because may have just figured out how many villains are going to be in the film. Let's go! So this morning, Alex put out a tweet regarding the villains of Spider-Man Brand New Day and what he had to say. So we're going to check right into it, and I'm going to pretty much discuss which villains are possibly in it, which villains are not, and why you should take this with a huge grain of salt, because as always, things are subject to change. First off, Alex went on to say, oh my god, Brand New Day might just be our first campy Spider-Man movie. This genuinely feels like a live-action version of the animated series, and I love it. Now, take in mind, if you want to say campy, I would honestly say that Homecoming was a pretty campy film, and it was pretty much based in New York film, so it was a very Spider-Man-esque film. The other ones, yeah, I mean, besides Far From Home, most of them were New York. That Spider-Man never really leaves New York. Next up, someone replied with, who are the villains? And as you would think, Alex went on with his responses. Be more specific. There's at least 3 villains. Now, before we go on to that part, I do want to show you guys this because this is something Alex has said in the past. And once again, this is why I say take it with a grain of salt. Alex went on to say, there's so much thrown around that no one really knows for certain at this point. Devil's Reign, Spider Island, King in Black, One More Day, and Brand New Day. There's so many ways it can go. Personally, my gut has always leaned towards the symbiote because both teams really want it. Now, I feel like the symbiote's the least of what we've been hearing, and that's why, once again, Alex's word might not be fully correct, and I just want you guys to take this with a grain of salt. Now let's dive into the details. So first up, here's one. Viper and Silver Samurai reportedly could be the main villains in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And this was by Alex from Cosmic Circus, and this was on 6/18. Now take in mind, that was 1 month ago, just a little bit over a month ago. And that could hint at the fact that they would be using adamantium. Silver Samurai, once again, using adamantium to create him. It could bond with Brave New World and could continue on to that, which would then obviously push into the mutants coming in after Secret Wars. Here's another one. I've been saying it all this time. Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be the Devil's Reign event of the MCU. Daredevil, all the Defenders, Hulk, Kingpin, Punisher were feasting. Oh my gosh. Now, you could say that, but at the same time, I don't personally think that Kingpin will be in this film. Obviously, we've heard other characters, such as the Punisher, who has been confirmed now. The Hulk has been confirmed now. Daredevil has not been confirmed. So that's what kind of gets me to go, I don't think they're going to put Daredevil in this. Yes, we had Matt Murdock in the last film, but I really, truly don't feel like we're going the Devil's Reign route. I feel like we're going another way. This one was a left hook. Jeff Snyder, Sarah Snook is rumored to play the female villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And this is right in front of my face. I didn't even realize that. But anyways, I think this one's less of a try. Now this one, all but confirmed, really literally confirmed. We're getting John Perthel's Punisher and obviously Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. Now, why would the Hulk be the villain and how would it tie in? Well, I have 2 more parts that I need to show you, and it'll pretty much fill it in for you guys. So imagine this. If you guys remember, this is what came at that one event that the guy said he sat down and he saw a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Now, we obviously can't confirm if this is real or this is fake, but at the same time, this could add into the character. Spider-Man Brand New Day will apparently feature Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone as villains, according to a sizzle reel shown at Disney Blockbuster Consumer Products panel. And once again, this was 5/20, so this was 2 months ago. Now, why would these characters be useful and how would they be used? Tombstone, Scorpion, and Boomerang. What if Mr. Negative gets them out of jail, Scorpion at least, and the rest of them work for Mr. Negative? Obviously, he is the man who is in charge of Feast, but at the same time, what if he is kind of running like said gang wars and he's taking out other members around New York City so that they're the big empire, obviously competing against Kingpin, and this could lead you to Spider-Man 5 in the future. But, you know, these characters obviously would be the smaller, they could even be a sizzle reel like we did with Fantastic Four, where it's going to build up to Mr. Negative and, you know, how he has a confrontation with Spider-Man along the lines of maybe like, hey, you're messing with my men, you're messing with my city, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna have to take this into my own hands. Which then leads us to the most possible, which is the main villain of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Once again, not confirmed, this is just rumored, is Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative, Bruce Banner could be Smart Hulk, right? Mr. Negative could use negative charges and put them into the Hulk's brain and manipulate his brain around and make him go again to be Savage Hulk. He would be the ultimate henchman in brute force for Mr. Negative to fight Spider-Man. Also, with the Hulk in the comics been the one who can remember certain people like the Sentry, who's Golden Man, and Spider-Man, obviously saying the spell didn't work on him, you could eventually have the Hulk kind of snap out of it after being in a big rage monster and being like, Peter, where have you been? You know, and then he could explain the spell and how it stopped everything, and then he would come back down to Banner and he'd be like, who are you? Or he could help him find a way to get rid of the spell, obviously towards the end of this film, having the spell being all done. And now, last but not least, I think the best one, and this is something that's been rumored, would be Tony Stark, aka Doctor Doom. Imagine at the end, Peter sees Doctor Doom, but he's not in his cape because he knows Spider-Man knows Doctor Doom in this universe. And he pops up with Captain America, with a bunch of other people, and he's just like, what? He's like, Tony? And he goes to hug Tony. Tony like talks to him and then stabs him. Now, hear me out. As Peter goes to die, the film ends with him dying. Now, in the post-credit scene, that symbiote that was left over would go on to Peter and it would make the black suit. We'd have him laying down and then all of a sudden, just the eye opens. Kind of like a Michael Bay kind of ending where it's like the doo, but that would leave then the second post-credit scene could be Null awaiting again saying, hey, there's a codex. And this could be the ability to get Null out of where he's stuck on Clintar, and obviously would bring him into the new next phase. I'm just saying, I think it's a really good idea, but once again, as always, I do always say that make sure you guys take this with a grain of salt. You know, once again, Alex's track record has been up here, it's been down here, it's been up here, and then just everybody in general. I feel like Marvel's feeding a lot of people fake scoops and all these things to throw people off, so that obviously, just like the Fantastic Four, just like Deadpool and Wolverine, that there is more surprise to these films. But let me know what you guys thought. Who would you guys like to see as the villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day? And as always, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.